Morning, everyone. How are we all this morning? Um, there's three waiting, but I don't know whether anybody's watching just yet. I can see the countdown on with the advert and whatever. So I know it's not. You cheeky beggar. um, hey, we've got Ian in. God, is this it, Ben? Sorry, Ian. I just had to say that. Because I do know you were working last night and you're not always, around, sort of. Do you like the new glasses? Do you like the new look? It's a little bit different. The things are a little bit bigger, and um, so yeah. What do you reckon? Do they make me look a bit nerdy? It's all right. My eyes are streaming again this morning, even though the sun's not out. So I'll just give you a close up of the glasses. They're like a black, but if I take them off and look inside, they're grey. So they're a little bit different. Hi, Eglin, how are you? They're a little bit different, not a lot. Um, you know, because I've got my old ones here to compare, but they're not a lot different. A little bit different. They're a bigger lens. Um, so yeah, just a slight change. You're having a few tech issues, are you, Ian? Why? With your iPad or what? I'm gonna say it seems okay here. Don't say bloody router's gonna. Don't say bloody router's gonna go down again. So, yeah. Um, I've just had a little bit of a leg up from Nerd of the North. They featured my channel. They gave me a few. Oh, the Xbox isn't playing ball. Oh, yeah. Nerd featured my channel. I didn't get a massive amount of extra support, if you know what I mean. But it sort of gives you a few pointers. I should link me Twitter and my Instagram, and obviously there's a link to the Facebook group, but it says like put your own personal Facebook page in, and yeah, constructive criticism, let's just say. So it says we've got the two watching, which I know for a certain, unless Ian's dropped off and he's coming back in. Oh, there we go. Wrote too soon. It says three. So right, what Chris is referring to, when he uploaded the drone video the other day, we were watching it and it says there were 21-minute advert, and I went, who in the right mind's going to sit there and watch a 21-minute advert? Nobody in the right mind. Even I was sort of sat because it was getting boring. So yeah, I mean, it's unreal to expect anybody to watch a 21-minute advert.
Oh, it's another sea trip.
Oh, well, that's it. I mean, we're going to have to go down to Cleethorpes as well. I mean, that's another trip we can plan out. Hide me in your camera case. He don't have his camera around his neck, so.
Well, that means his camera case will be empty then, doesn't it?
But yeah. So yeah, I mean, we're planning on a trip to Harrogate, and same as I say, we're going out once Keith's back. We'll have to. Hiya, Isabella. How are you? So yeah, we're going to have to plan a trip to Cleethorpes. So yeah, nothing really to report. Callum's had his statement. No spare camera in case. Callum's had his statement thing come this morning. It does carry on when he goes to college. So it's just like we had a review a few months back, and basically it's just they send us a copy, they send the school a copy, so, and that's about it really. Nothing more to report. Oh, apart from one thing. I was just about to say that.
I beat you to it. Yay.
I was just about to say only one thing. Chris has sold the Spark and he got a DJI Osmo Pocket. That was what I was going to say, but he beat me to it. So yeah. And I said it without moving my mouth.
Treading on his controller. You can see it.
Yes, I can see it fine. Yes, she's still down at her daughter's. The reason being is a daughter and a fella are going to somebody's wedding in Portugal. Now, I don't know whether there's just them two going or, you know, I think there's just the two of them going. So Bella's stopping to look after the kids till they get back. I think they get back Sunday or something like that. So yeah, she's away till at least Sunday, I think. So but same as I say, I don't really know a lot about it. She did mention something about the daughter and husband are going to somebody's wedding in Portugal, and that's why she's stopping back a bit. Ooh. So we heard it here first, Mr. Peace on about starting live streams again. So there you go. We heard it here first. So yeah, not really a lot to report. Some, as I say, the only thing is we've tried to arrange a visit to Harrogate, due to my randomness and White Rose blogs, is it?
Yeah.
Hi, Linda. How are you? It's good. It's just turned afternoon here. It's 12:33, so it's sort of just into the afternoon here. So yeah, we're trying to arrange that trip at the moment, and then we might have to go to Cleethorpes once Eagle VP's back. So oh, it's 6:30 a.m. there, is it, Linda? 6 hours ahead. Wow. You see, this is the funny thing. I used to go live at 10 a.m. and same as we sort of come to the conclusion that a lot of my American supporters, it's very early in the morning there. So I decided to start going a little bit later. So it gave, you know, some of my American friends the opportunity to come in and join me. So don't know what the weather's what the weather's like there, but it's very windy and very dull here. I've had to put the lights on. Yes, just drones and cameras is my other half is sat over the other side of the room.
Hola.
Or if you want to refer to him as Chris, his name's Chris. So yes, he is Mr. P. You know, a lot of people, you know, it's either Mr. P, Chris, you know.
That's your sent up right our way, that's why.
But apparently, it's supposed to get warmer. It was supposedly warmest day here on Sunday, but it weren't where we live. Just put it that way. It weren't cold, but the sun weren't out. It was very dull and overcast. So yeah, it weren't very clever. Well, it hasn't been very clever since.
No.
Did it say thunder and lightning at the weekend?
Yeah, Saturday. But it did have before, whether it's
Yeah.
true or not.
Well, I mean, it's 71 degrees. I'm not sure what that is in Celsius. I have no idea.
we go in the 70s and whatnot, don't we? So.
Yeah, we in centigrade though.
Eh?
We in Celsius, if you know what I mean. We were opposite to what. Oh, it's 21. Well, it's still reasonable, isn't it? Really. And the same as you say, at least it's not raining.
Well, it's like 15 here at the moment. So.
Yeah, I'll just check my phone. It says 11 with mine. Now, does it need update? I'm going to say, does it need refreshing?
15. Doesn't mind.
It says 13 with mine.
We'll mine, it's warmer.
Yeah, it's slightly warmer than us, Linda. It's saying 13 on mine, and on Chris's phone it says 15. So
it's not cold. It's just windy, rainy every now and again.
Yeah, it's not raining here at the moment either, Ian. But oh, God, yesterday I went 8. It says Lynn says it's 18 there.
Ooh.
I went to pick my new glasses up. I went with Chris to pick Callum up from school. When we went out, it was just like that fine drizzle. By the time we got back, it was absolutely piddling it down. And then it didn't stop for hours. It were absolutely bouncing it down for hours. So I think we've got the rain that you've had, Linda. You've sent it over here.
That's one of the other reasons why I got rid of my drone, because I have to go to school out with camera. It's windy like this, obviously not when it's raining.
Oh, so if you heard that, he says that's another reason he got shut for the drone, because it's when it's windy he can't go out, when it's raining he can't go out. But at least with his camera and whatever, he can still get out and I wouldn't say we do, Linda. I mean, when it's really hot, we do.
We did last.
But yeah, you know, I mean, same as I say at the weekend, it was very dull, but it wasn't cold. If you get what I mean. I mean, like today, it's very windy and dull, but it's you know, it's not cold. I mean, I've got like a t-shirt on, so I mean, it's not cold, but it's not red hot either. So yeah, went to fetch my new glasses yesterday, Linda. A slightly different look. Oh, it's very muggy. We see, like last summer, we had like upwards of 30 degrees centigrade, and it were really muggy then. But it's only sort of when it gets up to that sort of temperature that it does get muggy. So yeah, I mean, the only a slight difference to what I normally have. The bit bigger lens, and these is black, whereas the other ones were red. And yeah, I mean, I think we've we've all had glasses. I've had to wait a bit longer for mine because I have like varifocals. Chris has gone for something a bit different. Callum's gone for something a bit different. So yeah, we all decided we are going to have something a bit different this time. I mean, same as I say, the last two pair I've had have been red, but we all fancied a change, so I went for black this time. They are they're like a grey colour on the inside, if you know what I mean. If you look, the grey on inside. So they are a little bit different. Well, you see, the reason why I have varifocals is I need like for distance, but I also like need a reading glasses. And instead of like having two pair, they like two pairs in one. You know, a varifocal is essentially two, because see, Chris has had two pair. He's had one for reading and one for distance, so he's had the two separate pairs. Whereas I've had like the two pairs all combined. They do take a lot of getting used to, don't get me wrong. But because my last pair were a varifocals, I'm used to them. But you see, Chris's sister, she had a pair of varifocals and had to go back because she couldn't get on with them. So, but I'm used to them now. You see, I mean, they don't suit everybody. You know, it's whatever suits. You know, some as I say, his sister had them and she couldn't get back on. She couldn't get on with them, so she ended up going back and getting like two separate pairs. Oh, you're wearing reading. He says get a new set of eyes. But you see, the thing is, up until about 3 years ago, I didn't wear mine all the time. But my eyes has got that bad that I need to wear them all the time. But when we went to have his eyes tested, she said mine hadn't got all that worse. There's a slight increase in the prescription, but it wasn't a significant increase, if you know what I mean. So she says, well, if I was you, your old glasses I'd keep as a spare set. But you see, the thing is, Linda, our son and Chris have got a condition called astigmatism. Now, I don't know whether a lot of people know about astigmatism, but the normal shape of the eye is round, obviously. But with Chris and Callum, it's like a rugby ball shape. So Callum had his first pair of glasses at 3 years old. So, yeah, Callum had his first pair at about 3, didn't he?
About that.
I think you were about 3 years old when he first had his. Hi, Craigs, how were you?
Then about 2 days later,
When
he broke them. Oh, Craig!
So, yeah. So, more or less, Chris had to wear glasses from an early age. Callum had to wear glasses at an early age. But sort of, I were like my mum, as you get older, your eyesight gets worse. So, like some of the photographs I've got, I ain't got glasses on, but I did used to wear them for reading and like watching television, but I didn't used to wear them all the time. It was only up until 3 years ago that I started wearing them all the time. So, so yeah. So we all a family of glass wearers.
Becky Four Eyes.
Yeah, same as I say, we realised that there was something wrong with Callum's eyes from a very early age. So yeah, so some as I say, Callum's wore his glasses since he was about 3. And I think basically, you know, it's sort of, it was one of the many things that were wrong, if you know what I mean. He has got a special needs statement. Oh right, yeah, that's it. Same as I say, I sort of, I'd say about, I think I've had to wear glasses for about 10 years, but initially it was like just for reading. I started off just um it I started off like just wearing them for reading, and then sort of as the years progressed, I found out that, you know, like only writing I could read on the television, I could only read it if it were big writing. So then sort of that's when I started like I'm having to wear them for reading and watching the television. So same as I say, it only up until about 3 years ago that I've been wearing them all the time. I mean, now if I took them off, I wouldn't be able to see the chat or anything. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you see, that's what Chris has just said about it could, if he wished, could have his eyes done, but that astigmatism is one of the things that can't be corrected. It can't be corrected with Lucy's wanted to come in, by the way, because obviously astigmatism is the shape of the eye. So obviously laser treatment won't do anything as regards in it, you know, making your vision better, because it's well, I'm going to tell you a story now later. The thing is, well, my mum's passed away now. She's been passed away 2 years, but she had cataracts, and like just before she took ill, she was going through the process of getting the cataracts removed. Now, she explained to me how they do the cataracts. They don't actually put you to sleep or anything, but they inject you in your eye with a needle. And I went, no, 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 don't tell me anymore. I don't want to know. If it's sticking something in your eyes, I don't want to know. Sort of, because obviously the consultant had explained to her what they do. And when she started explaining it to me, once she said something about sticking a needle in your eye, I went, no, no, that's enough. Don't tell me anymore. I don't want to know. Hi, Ian. It's dinner time. It's Jeanette time. You know it, Ian. So yeah, same as I say, the one once she started sort of talking about needles in eye, that were it. I went, no, don't tell me anymore. I don't want to know. That's one thing I'm a bit squeamish about is eyes. You know.
Nobody's watched it yet.
So I'm just laughing at what Chris has just said. He's uploaded. He did like a little bit of a vlog thing this morning. He's been waiting for it to upload, and he's just checked to see how many views it's had, and he says, "I haven't had any viewers." that explains everything. You know, you have to put it public to get views on it, dear.
No.
I'm same, Linda, same as I say. Once she started explaining what they do, I went, just go and get it done. I don't want to know what they're going to do or anything, you know. when it comes to eyes, I am. Same as I say, I watch all these like operations and everything on the television. I don't bat an eyelid. But when it comes to eyes, that is what.
Ooh. Advertising at 110 views.
Oh dear.
But as bad as one another, Linda.
I know. Same as I say. You know, I mean, I'm not a very technical minded. So, I mean, like when I do the baking vlogs, Mr. P has to edit it and everything because I don't know even know how to edit. So, another thing is as well, I mean, I don't know why it is, but my last few recent live streams, it's been under review for monetization, like limited or no ads. Now I don't know why. It's come back. I mean, like I asked to review one, you know, this morning. The one I think I did Monday, just what I forgot what title of it was now, but I think it were Mondays. Limited or no ads for monetization. I asked for a manual review. It's came back, yeah, it's suitable for ads. Now I've had one or two like that just lately. I don't know whether somebody's complaining or what it is. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of our YouTube work or whatever. Chris sometimes says, oh, it might be what's in the title, blah, blah, blah. But I think it would just come and have fun or something like that. You know, there were nothing sort of suspicious in the title. It hadn't had a massive amount of views. So I couldn't understand why it was saying, you know, limited or no ads for monetization. Hi, Angel, how are you? So, but I've had quite a few, you know, I've had them in the past, but sort of very few and far between. Now it seems like nearly every single live stream that I do, I get, you know, I get that. So I don't know whether somebody's making a complaint or what. I don't know. When you have learnt editing, come over and teach you now. But I mean, it's like, oh, your great grandparents are from Northern Ireland.
Ooh.
Hey, Bella, how are you? But yeah, I don't know what it is. It seems to be like sort of either every one or every other one. I've been getting, you know, not suitable for advertising. I don't know how YouTube works. You know, but I mean, like a few weeks ago, DJM Films came to visit us, and I just all the title was, "We have a surprise visitor." We have a surprise visitor, and I got the same thing there. We have a surprise visitor, and it got same thing. I asked for a review, and then it came back. It's still not suitable for advertisement. So I don't know.
Because you were snogging on camera.
Well, you see, the thing is, I mean, Ian will tell you the same. When we went to visit Ian, the title was "We're on the road again. Can you guess where?" And I had same on that. And that is another one that I asked for a review on, and it came back still after manually reviewing. It's still not suitable for advertisements. So I don't know. But the last couple that I've had, I've asked for a manual review, and I've had an email back. Yeah, your video, such and such, is after reviewing it, is suitable for advertisements.
Ruby's in.
Hey Ruby, how are you? It's afternoon here, Ruby. It's 1. What I'm talking about, because I'm monetized, Bella. You know, like when it processes and everything, there's like when you go in your video manager, it's like a $sign thing. If it's in green, it's monetized. If it's in red, you're not allowed to monetize it. But if it's in like a yellow amber colour, it says limited or no advertisements. So you have to ask for a manual review. Hey, we've got George in as well.
Oh, Georgie boy.
But yeah, Bella, Chris and Jeanette came to see me, not you, me. So there. So yeah, you know, I mean, it's like, it seems like, I mean, in last few days, I've had 2 that have been saying, you know, not suitable for advertisers. But I've asked for a manual review, and I've had an email back saying, yes, it's suitable for advertisement. So, you see, I'm same as you, Linda. I don't understand it either. You know, I mean, Chris was sort of saying, could it be something in the title? But it's nothing like controversy. You know, not controversial. You see what Bella's They come to see me first, so stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
Oh, we're getting fighting over us, Bob.
Oh dear, but yeah, you know, I mean, I don't understand it either, Linda. Same as I say, I'm not very up on. I mean, it's like I went in Nerd of the North this morning.
Only because you need
I went in Nord of the Nord of the North, Nerd of the North this morning, and it featured my, like, you know, just looking at it and this, that, and the other. And on about thumbnails, and he says my banners are, you know, fantastic, blah blah blah. But you're on about me linking like my Instagram and my Twitter, and linking all my like social media, you know, to my YouTube channel. I says, but I don't know how to do it. So, you know, this is the problem I'm having. Yes, I've got Twitter. Yes, I've got Instagram. Yes, I'm on Facebook. Now, Chris managed to link my Facebook group to my YouTube channel, but he sort of tried to explain how to. We don't know, Bella. This is the thing. We don't know. Yeah, that's a good idea, Linda. I see what is. But yeah, you know, I mean, this is the thing. I don't really. Yeah, it sort of went onto his thing and shown me. But the problem is, you can sit there and explain things to me, but then it goes out through the window. I can't retain some things. I can, you know what I mean? But he says, well, you go there and you do this and blah blah blah. So I says, well, once I've got a minute, you know, and you know, I'm not all faffed and, you know, stressed and whatever. I says, I'm going to sit down. I says, and I'm going to try and link everything. I hope, Bella, Everybody would run for hills if I took my clothes off, I'll tell you that much.
I wouldn't, I'll be on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, George. Yeah, that's fine.
No.
Yeah, but you see, on the Genetics Community Facebook group, it does come up as you can link other channels, other Facebook groups to that group, if you know what I mean. I mean, that's easy enough to do on Facebook. It's just the YouTube bit that I don't.
I finally got my thing done. It's at 34 views.
I want to say that's a bit better. Oh yes, then that's the thing as well, George. While we was visiting Ian, not this Monday, last Monday, he put this other magnetic fishing channel on, and I went, "Oh, that's George there." We were watching it on his big telly, and we were discussing like magnet fishing and everything, and he put this other guy's magnet fishing thing on, and I went, that looks like George there. So yeah. So we were sat there watching this other guy's video, and you were in it. So I forget what. I mean, Ian will know the channel name. I forgot. See, this is the thing. I can remember watching it, but yeah, that's the one. You know, we were watching that one, and I went, that looks like George there. So I think I forgot what he found now. Yeah. Yeah. So same as I say, it says I get everywhere. A bit like water then, George. But yeah, you know, and sort of Ian was saying, oh, that's who it is, you know. Okay then, Linda, thank you, and I do appreciate you coming in.
See you later, Linda.
So yeah, and it were like, you know, George, you know, came into me chat and is now on 2K, you know.
What's the water?
Drastic G, local to me, watch him a lot, and Brummy outdoors. Ooh. But yeah, you know, I mean, George went from sort of, same as I say, you've got one of them faces, George, that you never forget. Only kidding.
Won't forget my face.
I'm going to the beach for. Okay then, Glyn, thank you for coming in, and I do appreciate it.
See you, Lynn.
But yeah, it's a case of like George. Oh, that sounds good, Isabella. I might be getting a traffic control course to get my traffic control ticket, maybe. Oh, that sounds all right. So,
That's not traffic warden, is it?
are you from the UK, Isabella, or are you from the USA? Yeah. I mean, Ian was saying when we went to visit him, he's gone into the you know, watching the magnet fishing in a big way. You know what I mean? It is interesting. I mean, it's interesting to see all the from Australia. Well, that's it, George. You see, that's what makes it interesting. like the different things that you find. I mean, like guns and bones and stolen motorbike. You know what I mean? It's interesting to see what everybody finds. And that's another person we're going to have to go and visit as well, because Newark-on-Trent is not all that far from us. Well, that's it. That's it. That's the thing, George. You never know what you're going to find next. I mean, I know. I mean, it sounds funny that you're in Australia, yet you're saying it's cold. I mean, what's cold to you? I mean,
Well, what's cold to them? It's red hot for us.
I mean, we still say 13 on mine, but we're at 13 degrees, and it's not cold, but it's not warm either. Hi, Carolyn. How are you?
Hello, Carolyn.
Well, it's still saying 13 on mine, but like that to us, it's not cold, but it's not warm either. It's snowing its flappers off.
Snowing? Well, it's winter over there, isn't it? In Australia.
Yeah, I'm full of canals. Well, you see, that's it. I mean, I don't really know of any sort of places like that you can go around. I mean, yeah, there probably is some, but you know, it's George, Ian don't magnet fish, but he's very interested in it, and he says, you know, I mean, he even sort of looked. He did sort of say, you know, you can buy these magnets relatively cheaply, and you were considering it, if you know what I mean. So, but it's like Chris. I mean, that's something that interests him. If you understand what I'm saying, he's always watched George's videos because it interests him. If you know what I mean. You won't get a lot with a fridge magnet. So yeah, you know, it's something that Chris is interested in because he loves to see, you know, all the different stuff that you find. Oh, there you go. He says, I do have a magnet and we'll be doing a video on the next week or so. So there you go. I know you were on about it, Ian. I mean, did anybody want an invite up onto the panel? I mean, Ian, or I don't know whether Bella's still here or. I'm just laughing at what Chris has said. Knowing his luck, he'll find a bomb and it'll go boom.
Hey, they've been finding bombs and stuff.
Well, that's it.
Metal detecting.
But you see, this is it. I mean, it's like you are. You're putting a different variation on on your channel. You know, you're not just doing magnet fishing, you're also doing metal detecting. Oh, I'm not saying you change to kitchen sink then, Ian. But you know, that's something that interests Chris. I mean, not necessarily, you know, he's going to go out and buy a magnet and blah blah blah, but he does love George's videos. You know, the different things that's. Oh, we'll be detecting down the rivers as well with the waders on. See, you mentioned something now, and so I mean, now he's got shut of the drone. I mean, you never know, George. Hey, we've got Gordon in.
After people, after Gordon, 30 to 40. Oh, not too bad then. Where'd you buy him?
Yeah, I mean, either Ian or George will be able to direct Chris on where you buy them and whatever. So now he's got shut of the drone, something else that, Amazon, there you go.
Ah, okay.
So for anybody that's interested, just bring your thing over, baby, again.
You probably could have put in a title.
Well, you see, he put it up for sale and he's purchased something else, George. I mean, Ian will know what that is. Does George know what it is?
And it's mint.
Yeah. So, and the reason why is same as he says. I mean, the Spark, it's only a little drone. Ideally, he wants the Mavic, but it's it is the DJI Osmo Pocket, George. So basically, I mean, anybody that's seen the Spark. It's a very small drone, and in like days like today, it's very windy. It's not suitable to go out in the wind or the bad weather and everything.
I spoke to Dixie Cake with.
So it's been sort of toying with the idea of swapping it for a camera. And then this guy messaged him the other day, and it was actually in Sheffield, and he says, I can be there in half an hour. We sort of said, yeah, right. Chris only gave him the postcode, but didn't give him the we didn't give him the arse number. We just gave him the postcode. And Chris says, like, message me once you're here. So anyway, about, I don't know, half an hour, 3/4 of an hour later, he messaged him and he says, what number you at? And it were a young lad. Well, not a young lad, but a young man, let's just say. Got the cash and that were it. So yeah. So basically, the next morning, he went and got the Pocket from Argos. So yeah, you can get them cheaper, but Chris wanted it there and then. It's like
Plus, I wanted a brand new one. Not
yeah. It's okay, George. He had the biopsy last Thursday. The lump had significantly shrunk. Now we was given the option as we didn't have to have the biopsy done, but they gave us the choice whether we wanted it doing or not. Well, I asked Callum, and he said, well, I'd sooner have it done because he knows how much I've been worried about it and worried about, you know, this lump on his neck and whatever. So he says, I'm going to have it done. He says, even, you know, it just basically to put everybody's mind at rest, because there has been other people worrying about him. I like what Craigs has put. I love my wife, but the Osmo comes a close second.
It's awesome bit of kit.
Well, you know, if Chris had said that, Craigs would have been its spare bedroom. So I'm just saying.
I'm not getting
You know.
I'm telling Mrs. Craigs.
So yeah, that's the story so far, George. He had it done last Thursday. We made the choice to still have it done, but it had shrunk significantly. We've just now got to wait for the results for 2 weeks. If everything comes back clear, you know, everybody's mind will be put at rest.
Yeah.
What?
Good side. sat on the old.
He says, I'm all right, we haven't got a spare room. Well, that's why Chris not say anything, Craig, that I'm telling you.
Well, I hope the sofa's comfortable.
So that's why he's staying stum. Because we have got a spare bedroom and it's got a bed in it. So
With a pillow. Oh no, pillow's been nicked.
there is pillows on it.
Old Ackerbots.
And it's got a duvet on it.
I said it's so finished.
Only problem is the spare bedroom ain't got no curtains, but that don't make any difference. I still do have a shed. We've got that as well, Gordon. So yes. So, you know, Chris has got 3 options: spare bedroom, sofa, or the shed. So there's 3 options.
I'll get the car.
I mean, going back to this thing about they're not suitable for ads. Because you see, I did a little live stream in the car yesterday. Put him in the shed.
Can't get in shed.
I sort of, when I went to pick my glasses up, yesterday, I said to Chris, we sat waiting outside school for Callum. I says, I know what, I do like a little impromptu live stream. Well, the phone wasn't playing ball. It just kept buffering, and I don't know whether it was a signal or what it were. So
137k views.
anyway,
we're going on some monetization, aren't we?
I was when you both went dogging. So anyway, I've sat there and I says to Chris, now what can I put as the title? So he says something about, oh, we're just a quickie or something. And I went, well, people might get wrong idea. So can you imagine if I'd have put the title, we're just having a quickie in the car?
Get your views, that one.
Yeah, but I mean, I probably wouldn't have got monetized on it because they'd have probably flagged that straight away.
Tons of dislikes.
So yeah, I mean, it's like nowadays. It's like this morning, you sort of sit racking your brain. What can I put as my title that it's not going to get flagged or it's not going to get saying not suitable for ads? But it seems like every title I put these days, I mean, you know, the one the other day, let's just have fun. I mean, what's wrong with that title? My nan thinks I go dogging. No, nan, it's called walking the dog. But you know what I mean? It's like every single video or live stream that you do, you've got to think, now, is this title all right? You know, is it going to be all right? Are they going to flag me for it? Because it seems like I've had quite a few lately, you know, and I can't see anything wrong in the titles. So I don't know. So is it somebody flagging me? I don't know. Oh, he says he wasn't even going to upload that video. I bet you're glad you did now, George.
On the bad one?
Yeah. He says I wasn't even going to upload that video, lol, because there wasn't hardly any magnet fishing on it. I didn't think it was very good. You see, this is a thing, George. Some videos you think aren't very good, people, you know, obviously yeah, but I mean, Ian's just said it were good apart from the guy shouting at you for fishing. but it don't matter what you're doing. I mean, it's like Chris with a drone, or you always get somebody that's not happy with what you're doing, or like with the drone videos. Chris has had many a time people shout out to him, "Oh, you're not allowed to fly that here," and Chris will say to him, "Well, I beg to differ, mate. I'm below a certain height, and I'm not in a built-up area. I'm not filming near a school. Blah blah blah." You know what I mean? It don't matter what you do or what you film. You've always got somebody. I mean, it's like when we went to Isle of Wight, where our like chalet thing was. You had to go down like an unmade road, and there was a big car park at the end. Now Chris went into that car park with his drone, and one of the people came out and asked, "You can't fly that here. You can't fly that here." Yeah, same as Chris says, it were near houses, but it right in countryside. It will, they weren't. Laughing at Gordon. I got kicked out of the local cafe for eating my own food. Hey, Crimson!
Hey,
but yeah, I mean, it don't matter what you do. I mean, like magnet fishing, drone flying, or photography or something, you've always got somebody that moans. He read that what Bella's put. Bella says, when I first arrived, my Becca said to me, "Mum, you look lovely. Your makeup is really nice." She took one look at me yesterday and said, "Mum, you look ready for the knackers shot." But yeah, I mean, it says I'm saying nothing. Yeah, but you've got to imagine this, Ian. She's looking after two young children. Now, how can I put this? I mean, none of us are getting any younger, and it's running about after two young children. I mean, me and Chris have this joke, and he'll keep saying, "Oh, I have sort of like if I've got an upset stomach or something, or I feel sick," and he'll say, "Do you think you're pregnant?" I says, "Well, put it this way: if I am, I'm throwing myself in river." You know what I mean? If I am, I'm throwing myself in river. I'm nearly 57. I can't be doing with early morning feeds and changing nappies and everything. I'm getting too old for it. But I know. Well, just put it this way: I know I can't get pregnant, so that's all I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, it's like none of us is getting any younger and running around after two young kids. It is very tiring. She says I tried to put them on eBay, but they only offered me 2 goldfish and a balloon. Crimson says Lalai dodges pregnancy bullet well.
It is, but I'm pregnant. I think I am.
Well, I keep saying to Chris, I mean, if you've seen his stomach, since he stopped working, he's put a lot of the weight that he lost back on. And I keep saying to him, "Well, I don't know about me being pregnant. You're more likely to be pregnant than what I am."
I think I'm 10 months gone. Even though it's 9 months.
So I mean, if you carry on listening, George, you'll learn a few life lessons. I mean, and we keep saying to Callum, yeah, he's only 16. He's 17 in November. He's just starting out on his career path, and Chris says to him, if I offer one piece of advice, Callum, it's put something on it. No matter what, make sure you've always got condoms. Make sure you always put something on it. So, you know, I mean, that if that's one one word of advice, is always put something on it. Bella's put, there's a lot of war veterans on the telly. Blimey, I walk like that. But yeah, you know, I mean, if same as we've said, you know, I mean, I didn't have my first child till I was like in my 20s. Yeah, to some people that is young, but I also explained I was very careful about what I eat. They said, well, you never eat in here. Like I said, I'm careful about what I eat. But you see, you know, I mean, it's same as I've said to Callum. You're 16, you're nearly 17. Just be careful. You know, you want to, you know, get your career established and all this, then that and other. Oh, we've been to a few places like that, Gordon. Can you remember the first time I ever come up to see you?
No, don't get to that part.
Well, I'd met Chris and he came to see me. So the next time I decided to go and see him. Now, I actually went up on the bus. Now, Chris, what did I come on bus or were it on train? It was bus anyway. So, so Chris met me off the bus. So he says, do you fancy going for a bit of breakfast? Because it was quite early in the morning. So anyway, went to this cafe that was close to the bus depot or whatever you call it. So anyway, we goes and has this breakfast. We got a taxi to his flat because he'd got his own flat then. So anyway, a short while after we arrived there, I said to Chris, I said, "Oh, I don't I feel sick and I've got stomach ache and blah blah blah." So he says, "Well, at the time he'd got like 2 sofas." So he says, "Have a lie down on the sofa. I'll go and get my quilt out. I'll go and get the quilt out." So I lay down on the sofa, he covered me over with the quilt because by that time, you know, I was sort of dithering and that sort of thing. So he says, "I've just got to nip out. I need some milk and I need some bread and everything." So anyway, it went out, and the minute he'd gone out, I dashed to the bathroom and I was sick as a dog.
That's the booster board.
A booster board, George, is like
skateboard.
it's like a skateboard, but it's got a motor on it and you can go fast on it. And just watch some of Ian's videos. He's done some videos on the booster board. Anyway, going back to the story. So the minute Chris had gone out to go to the shop, I dashed to the bathroom and I was sick as a dog. So any excuse to get a woman under the covers. So anyway, when he came back from the shop, I'm still lay there on the sofa, and he says, "Do you know something?" He says, "I don't feel too clever either." I mean, bearing in mind, this is sort of, we'd initially met, then he came up to me, and then I was going up to see him. So this isn't bad sort of for his second or third date. So anyway, he comes back from the shop and he went, "Do you know somebody?" He says, "I don't all feel dodgy." So there we are, sort of second or third time of meeting each other. I'm on one sofa, Chris is on other. We're both throwing his, you know, back up and everything. So I went, well, we right here. But yeah, so you know, lessons to be learned. Don't go to any dodgy cafes for your breakfast because that's what caused it.
It's not there no more. It's the car park.
Well, it's a good job, really. If that's the effect it has on people. Same as I say, it's a good job it got 2 sofas because I were on one and he were on other. Both as sick as a dog. So we've sort of had a laugh about it since, and how romantic with that. You know what I mean? I'm as sick as a dog, he's as sick as a dog. Had it been over Sheffield Ground. But yeah, I mean, the moral of that story is watch the cafes where you go to have your breakfast. Lovesick. It were a dodgy something or other, because we're the same as I say. But so, same as I say, not all the stories are romantic. You know what I mean? The time when we went for his breakfast and it made us both as sick as a dog. So, but yeah. So that's sort of the love story at the very beginning. So, has anybody got any funny stories like that? Same as I say, we can laugh about it now, but we weren't laughing at the time.
Very nice.
But you see, same as I said to Chris, I've got a very sensitive stomach anyway, so that's what.
That video got took down.
That video got took down that we all complained about, that the bully was doing. Yeah. You see, this is what makes me so mad. I mean, I've seen on Facebook, George, there's been 1 or 2 people on Facebook complaining that they've been stalked, that people are setting up like bogus accounts and pulling them to shreds and all this, that, other. Yet Facebook allow it. Yet they say that their stance is they don't allow cyberbullying and everything. Gordon says it could be worse. I chucked hot chocolate over my better half on the first date, and yes, we're still together. But you see, this is the thing. I mean, but as the saying goes, what don't kill you makes you stronger. Well, it did actually in our case, because it did nearly kill us. But you see, Ian's just said, the ones that you think are crap get a lot of viewers. Chris has had that. He's, on some of the videos that he's done, he said, "Oh, I'm not satisfied with that. I don't think they're very good."
Yeah, Bella.
Okay then, Bella. Give Baz our love. See you later. But yeah, it's the old saying is, "What don't kill you makes you stronger." Well, it did nearly flaming kill us. Well, to say we've got a really bad case of food poisoning, well, that's sort of an understatement. I mean, that day, I did actually think we were both dying. Well, we did, didn't we? It was that bad. So, but yeah, that's. But you see, the thing is as well. No, George, because same as Chris says, it's not there anymore. So we didn't complain. It was just a case of, well, we're definitely not go there anymore.
Yeah.
If that's the effect it has on us. But you see, the thing is, Chris Callum's on about going into catering and hospitality and whatnot. It's every single thing. It goes through the fridge looking at this use by dates and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? This is out of date or that's out of date. He's very picky about, because you see, in his food prep lessons that he has, you know, they do like food poisoning and things like that. You know, you know, so he's very picky. Yeah, but you see, try telling that to Callum. You know, like his milkshake, it'll say used by such and such a date. Now it might only be the day or the day before. And he'll say, well, this is going to be out of date tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's very, very fussy. And it's like, what have they been teaching you at school, Callum? Not all the dates are specific. You know, you've got to use it. It's just a guide. And I've told him that. I've told him that time and time again. As long as it smells all right, you're okay. You know, they're only there as a guide for yourself. You know, it's not a science that you've got to use it by that date or you've got to eat it by that date. You know, it's just a guide. So, you know, but it's not to say that he's obsessed about it, but it's like, you know, he's checking on everything. You know, everything. No, if it, except when it's cheese, because it's penicillin, isn't it, on cheese? If there's green bits on cheese, it's penicillin. So you're all right with that. But yeah, he's got very fussy about it. And I keep saying, well, you know, as long as it tastes all right, that's the main thing. But same as I mean, I same as I said to Callum, you know, me and your dad's had food poisoning, Callum, and it weren't sort of from his own fridge or anything. But believe you me, you'd know if there was something off about it. I've been drinking cider that's been in the fridge and that's 12 months out of date. Tastes fine to me. Oh, you're back in Alchemy tonight, I know you were there last night.
I hope they weren't any trouble.
We
drunk kids.
Oh, that's it. You've just got to think it moolah, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, having suffered with food poisoning.
Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Sundays.
Ah, well, it's work, isn't it, Ian? If you know what I mean.
No trouble, but we didn't have any customers.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, Ian, if there's no customers, you're still getting paid whatever. It's in a sealed can. How can it go off? Well, you see, this is it. I mean, it's like we've got tins of soup and a lot of tin stuff in the cupboard. Same as I said to Chris, it's very rarely that anything that's in a tin goes off. So yeah, you know, it's but it's I mean, it's like yeah, fresh stuff you can understand, you know. But the problem is, like, we go shopping at Asda, and a lot. Let's say, for instance, we go on a Saturday. A lot of the stuff, it's only like got a few days life on it, if you know what I mean. So really, I've stopped buying a lot of fresh stuff, like lemons. I buy lemons now. Lemons they don't go off, but like your fresh like ham and whatever. You know what I mean? the thing is as well, the thing that I
So chemicals are put inside it. Wow.
you see this is what I I mean, you've got certain brands that are saying it's fresh spring water. When all's said and done, water's water. You know what I mean? All water comes from the same place. Now, how can they put it in a bottle and say it's fresh spring water or this, that, and the other? Water's water to me. Whether it comes out at tap or whether it's in a bottle or it's fresh spring water or blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, all water comes from the same place. So that's another puzzle for you. Do certain brands send people out to these little springs and sit there with a bottle under thing, on a conveyor belt type of thing? You see, this is what puzzles me. Now, this is the thing. When my mum were alive, she used to drink bottled water. Now, she insisted on the same make, and I'll tell you what make it were, Nestle Pure Life or something. Now, my question to her was, well, why do you insist on paying like £2 or £3 for bottled water when you can get it out at tap for nothing? Yeah, you have to pay your water rates and everything. I'm thinking of the Only Fools and Horses sketch with the bottled water.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I often said to my mum, well, why do you insist on that particular brand? And why don't you just go to tap? And because she'd got one of these water filtered jug things. So, I mean, it were no detriment. She always used to filter her water. So I says to her, I says, well, you've got a water filter there. You put your water in it, you filter your water anyway. So why do you also insist on buying bottled water? This is what I couldn't understand about her. But she always insisted on that particular make. And, let's say we were going over, for instance, can you pick me some of these bottles of water up from our Tesco's or Asda or whatever? And it was confusing to me. It weren't fizzy water. Yeah, we buy Callum fizzy water because he likes fizzy water. But it was just water. And that, that's what confused me. You've got a water filter. You always filter your water anyway. So why not just get some out at jug and drink that rather than buying bottled water? See, this is what I couldn't understand about it. So, so that's that. Excuse me. I'm losing my voice now. You will get hoo-hoo. So, there's no rhyme or reason behind it, and I can't understand people that buy it when, you can get water out at tap. But I have the Volvic one, but I have the flavoured water. I don't just have bog standard water, and it's like sugar free. I don't drink as much nowadays than what I used to, but I don't buy a lot of it. You know what I mean? So probably be going shopping tomorrow. So if anybody wants anything getting, just let me know. Don't say bottled. Don't say bottled water either. So yeah, I only buy bottled water if I'm out, but own water out the tap. Well, you see, this is what I said to my mum. I couldn't understand. She goes out and buys bottled water, but she also got one of these water filter jugs, and Shawless used to like fill it up and filter the water. And I says, well, what's up with pouring a glass of water out your water filter? But you're going out spending £2 or £3 on just plain water. So, but hey ho.
I don't think what's Gordon's seen your pocket, has he?
Yeah.
When did?
Or didn't he make some comment about?
Oh
Yeah. Willie and answer. Oh.
Yeah, then I think Gordon said something like a school implement or something.
Oh yeah. All right. Chris is talking out loud. But yeah, you know, I mean, to me, in my honest opinion, it's all a money making racket. I mean, because you go to such things as hospitals and whatever, to the vending machines, and they're charging like £1 and upwards for a bottle of water. You know, I mean, I forget where. I forget where we went to hospital once. I think we were visiting somebody, and I went all funny, and I says to Chris, I says, "Oh, just get me a bottle of water." And he come back and he says, "Well, that's just cost me £1.10." He says, "Just for a bottle of water." You know what I mean? I begrudge paying that much, and it weren't a massive bottle. It were only about that big, above £1 for a bottle of water, and that's just one bottle. But you see, same as I've said, like hospitals and the you know, they take advantage of people visiting and patients and whatever, knowing that that's the only source, so they're going to pay it anyway. So you know, it gets me mad that, you know, that they can sort of, you know, make money out of you just for a bottle of water. I mean, it's like, I don't know nowadays whether you can go in a pub and order a glass of tap water. Do they charge you for it? I don't know. See, that's a question that I might ask. I mean, because at one time you could go in and order let's say tap water and orange, and they just charge you like 3 or 4p for cordial. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it just goes to show how long it is since we've been out drinking. Because I don't know, can you just go in a pub and order tap water and not charge you and sit there drinking it and, you know, not spend a penny or what? I don't know. But I don't know. I heard at the Take That concert last week they were charging £20.
A bottle of water, £5
No.
for a pint.
No, £20 for a bottle of wine, £5 a pint for calling. God knows what they were charging for water. Well, you see, this is it. Weren't it when we went to the wrestling? Everything like water were £1.25, and it were one of these like where they got this thing round the neck, and you know, bottled water and bottled pop and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But you know, you go to a woman and like Chris went and tried to get us all a bottle of pop. They'd only got like one bottle of pop left, but their own it water left. And he come back and he says, "Well, sod that." He says they want £1.25 for a bottle of water. He says, "I'm not paying, you know, and if I get everybody one, that's like £3.75." He says, "I ain't paying nearly £4." He says, "Just for a bottle of water." So, but my stepbrother, I don't know where it lives in Leeds. He ran on a date night with his wife last night, and he put a picture up, and it were a pint, and it looked like a plastic cup of wine. And he went, I think it cost him £23 for a pint and a glass. Well, not a glass of wine because it was in a plastic cup. I haven't got a clue. There's what do Blades charge for drinks and food.
£4 for a pint. I think it's £2 or £3 for some chips, something like that.
See, I don't know because I don't go to matches, so but they always go to a pub outside the ground. What's the name of that pub?
Royal Standard.
Ah, that's it.
That pub.
Yeah, they go to the Royal Standard, which is basically outside.
£3 each.
Because they know that the food and drink and everything is more expensive when you get in the ground, so they always go to the pub beforehand. So, but yeah, I mean, it's like this WWE event. Because you see what I'd done, because I'd filled a water bottle up with my water, but they were stopping everybody as we went in and taking the plastic caps off everybody. So I says, well, it's only water. I'm not likely to. And he says, well, it's like health and safety. We've got to stop everybody. We've got to take, if they're taking any drinks in with them, we've got to take the caps off it, because we've had a lot of trouble where they throw in the plastic caps at the wrestlers or referees or whatever. I says, well, I can assure you I won't be doing that. I says, I'm in my 50s. I'm not likely to be, ratty or anything like that, and I ain't going to be throwing no plastic tops at anybody. But they made me tip it. Well, I could have walked in with bottle, but they took the top off it. So I says I may as well just empty it out, because I'm not going to walk about carrying this plastic bottle about with me all night. £5 for a pasty?
Is that so?
He says we do the same. We go in the welly for a drink. They charge £5 for a pasty and coffee in the ground.
Rip off.
Yeah, so when we went to the WWE event at Butlins, I ended up tipping my water out, because I weren't going to walk about with this plastic bottle, all night. So my water didn't spill out, so I just tipped it away. But at such events like that, and concerts, etc., they know they can make money out of people, whatever they're selling. Sausage rolls are £3.50. Wow. We see this as a thing. It's like football grounds and events, such as concert and whatever. They know people are going to pay it, because they're making money off people, because they know that it's an event or whatever. People are going to pay it. So yeah, it's like everything else. Yeah, you make wild sunshines, and they make money out of it, pure and simple. I mean, it's like anywhere where you go, even if you go to cinema, you need an arm and a leg, or take a loan out when you go to cinema. You pay to get in, and then they expect you to buy popcorn and sweets and whatever, and then they don't understand why people are taking their own sweets, etc. Because the prices are so expensive. I mean, not only are you paying for the privilege of going to watch the film in first place, they're charging exorbitant prices for popcorn and sweets and drinks and whatever once you're there. You know what I mean? I mean, let's say, for instance, me, Chris and Callum were to go to the cinema. I mean, we'd probably need like £100 before we started. Entry to... What are you doing with that? It's just come and got the blue tack. But yeah, I mean, let's say you're a family of 4, or I mean, even us, just a family of 3. You know what I mean? You probably want £30 or £40 just entry to the cinema, and then if you want sweets or drinks or popcorn or whatever, you know, you're paying over the odds. I mean, like you can go in Asda nowadays and you can buy buckets of popcorn. Now you try going into a cinema, taking your own bucket of popcorn in, they'd confiscate it off you because they want you to pay their prices. So, right, I'm going to call it a day, guys. We've only got 4 watching. Mr. P will be going to pick Callum up soon. So, so thank you for watching, and I appreciate everybody. Oh, you see, this is it. The you know, they're making money out of people. When all's said and done, yeah, you can understand them wanting to make money out of people because that's where the revenue comes in. But in this day and age, like on minimum wage, people can't afford to do it. I mean, it's like going out for a drink. You know, you need at least 100 quid or whatever just to go out for a drink nowadays. You know, and that's why Chris would sooner sit at home with some cans rather than going out and paying 3 or 4 quid for a pint, and then there's whatever I'm drinking. You know, you're looking at a tenner each time you go to the bar. So once you've had 5 drinks, you're talking 50 quid there. And then it's however you're getting there, however you're getting back. So it all adds up. So anyway, I'm going to cut it short because Chris will be going to pick Callum up soon. So I want to thank everybody that's come in. I want to thank everybody that's watched this morning. And I'll see you all again on Friday. I'm forgetting what day it is myself. So thank you for watching, everybody, and I'll see you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.